professor of economics here at Claremont. Before I came to Claremont, I taught at Harvard and Cornell, and then for a number of years was director of international research at the U.S. Treasury. When I decided to come back to academia, I was tremendously fortunate that I ended up here at Claremont. I basically love the place. I have a wonderful set of colleagues and a wonderful set of students from all over the world. This is a place where people are very active in research, but also really care about students. A number of my recent publications have been joint with students that we really view learning as a joint process. Claremont traditionally has been best known for two areas, international economics and political economy. We think political economy is tremendously important as an approach to economics. One of the big reasons is the tremendous number of bad economic policies that get followed all over the world. And usually when you look at why policies are so bad from economic perspective, very often there are political factors underlying that. Economists used to just say, well, it's all politics. But in recent decades, working with political scientists, and we have a wonderful group here at Claremont, we've developed a much more nuanced analysis of different political factors and importance of institutional arrangements and how these vary from one situation to another. Another thing that we do here at Claremont is not assume everybody knows the true model of the world. If you look at so many of the policy debates, they're about different theories of how economic policy or the economy and financial markets work. So we put a great deal of emphasis on this, what we call different mental models, and how they influence disputes and making of policy. In some of my recent research, I've been looking at causes of the U.S. subprime crisis and of the euro crisis, and have found that both some of these political factors, such as time inconsistency, where people pay almost exclusive attention to the short run and don't worry about the longer term effects, and differences in mental models about how both the public sector and private sector and financial markets operate. In recent years, we've wonderfully expanded our focus with the addition of a number of star faculty who focus in the area of behavioral and neuroeconomics. This is an area that I find fascinating because it shows that a lot of the behavior that may not seem rational in simple economic models has evolutionary background. We evolved in situations that are very different from what we find ourselves today with complicated financial markets and so forth. These studies from cognitive psychology and neuroscience, to which our group here is contributing quite a bit, particularly under the leadership of my colleague Paul Zach, begins to show why we have some of these imperfections in decision making, and we study the important implications of these for all types of behavior. My own research recently has been applying these to the behavior of international financial markets and helps us explain such things as why we have such large surges of capital to emerging markets, which then sometimes turn around again quickly and at times can be highly disruptive. We also found the popular view that financial markets provide strong sources of discipline over economic policies doesn't always work. One of the big insights from this behavioral finance and complexity economics is that markets behave differently at different times. And we have quite a number of dissertation students working on various areas in this now. We've got a very active workshop in international money and financial economics where we meet periodically and graduate students who are visiting faculty present research. I've found this wonderful. It helps me keep up on all kinds of developments that I couldn't follow by myself, and it's wonderful for students that writing a dissertation could be a very lonely process. And it really helps when you've got lots of other students actively working as well. You have a real sense of community, share insights from each other, and for me, and I believe the students, it's just a wonderful experience. We've worked on a wide range of issues recently, causes of currency and financial crises, the roles of exchange rate regimes, how the global financial crisis spread from one country to another, how efficiently stock markets all over the world are working, issue of global imbalances, issues of economic policy and how they interact with political considerations. And we've had current and former graduate students working with us on all of these. So basically, I find this an extremely attractive, active community, and I just love it.